May 7, 1942. The sea near Midway lay unnervingly still as if holding its breath. Above the surface, dawn light painted everything pale and quiet. Then came the sound, muffled explosions, steel tearing apart, and the sudden eruption of flame as a Japanese aircraft carrier began to sink. Smoke rose like dark banners, curling across the horizon. The water was littered with wreckage, splintered wood, twisted metal, drifting lifeboats. Silence followed, the kind that comes after sudden disaster. For the Imperial Japanese Navy, this was not just defeat. It was the price of ignoring warnings they had been given for years. Before the war, Japan's naval doctrine rested on confidence. In battleships, decisive engagements, and tradition. Reports came in of American torpedo failures, and hints that improvements were underway. They were dismissed. Minor issues, Japanese planners said. American weapons will not matter. By late 1941, the U.S. Navy had quietly perfected the Mark 14 and Mark 15 torpedoes, fixing depth control, detonators, and guidance. These changes were not loud announcements but silent revolutions. Japan chose not to notice. At Coral Sea in May 1942, the warning came. Japan expected victory. Instead, they faced fierce resistance, partly driven by upgraded American torpedoes. Weeks later at Midway, the same mistake was repeated. Japan underestimated that quiet change. 4 carriers, Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, Hiryu, were sunk in 4 days. Over 3,000 sailors perished, and more than 300 aircraft were destroyed. Half of Japan's carrier strength was gone. A Japanese officer later said, "We believed in our steel, until we woke to an empty sea." An American torpedo pilot reflected, "Perfection comes in silence, not headlines." For Japan, ignoring America's improvements was not oversight. It was the moment their empire began to sink. And drifting silently across that dawn sea was the proof. But the question remains, what other innovations were ignored, until it was too late?